ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। 52 विविक्तसेवी लघ्वासी
विविक्तसेवी लघ्वासी
यतवाक्कायमानसः
यतवाक्कायमानसः
ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यम्
ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यम्
वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः
वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः
अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पम्
अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पम्
कामं क्रोधं परिग्रहम्
कामं क्रोधं परिग्रहम्
विमुच्य निर्ममः शान्तः
विमुच्य निर्ममः शान्तः
ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते।
ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते
ब्रह्मभूतः प्रसन्नात्मा
ब्रह्मभूतः प्रसन्नात्मा
न शोचति न काङ्क्षति
न शोचति न काङ्क्षति
समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु
समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु
मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्।
मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्
भक्त्या मामभिजानाति
भक्त्या मामभिजानाति
यावान् यश्चास्मि तत्त्वतः
यावान्यश्चास्मि तत्त्वतः
ततो मां तत्त्वतो ज्ञात्वा
ततो मां तत्त्वतो ज्ञात्वा
विशते तदनन्तरम्।
विशते तदनन्तरम्
सर्वकर्माण्यपि सदा
सर्वकर्माण्यपि सदा
कुर्वाणो मद्व्यपाश्रयः
कुर्वाणो मद्व्यपाश्रयः
मत्प्रसादादवाप्नोति
मत्प्रसादादवाप्नोति
शाश्वतं पदमव्ययम्।
शाश्वतं पदमव्ययम्.
So that's where we need to resume from 56. So 50 onwards till 55, the last mantra we studied, last shloka we studied, highlighted or talked about Jnana Yoga, summarized Jnana Yoga with with a highlight of Hididhyasanam. We saw that. He did not explicitly say Shravanam, Buddhya Vishuddhaya Yuktaha, like that he had mentioned. So go ahead and mute yourselves, those of you who are unmuted. And so, Nididhyasanam. Now, he must have, Krishna must have seen a somewhat perplexed Arjuna because Dhyana Yoga Paraha and then Vivikta Sevi. Vivikta Sevi means what? You try to be by yourself because you're slowly recognizing that this being active and being just depending on people and community and networks and so on and so forth is not the way to go. There's a time when I need to pull myself back. So Vivikta Sevi, Lagvasi, literal meaning is Lagvasi is eat less. Eat less is the idea. Why eat less? Because you're used to eating more. So eat less only we should say. Final meaning is be moderate in eating. That is the idea. But why he's saying eat less? Because Krishna must be seeing everybody is just now one marriage they attended, lunch is over. Another marriage, lunch again. Hey, dinner, another marriage, I can understand, but lunch also. No, no, it's all nice. So, so Lagvashi only you can tell them. You can't say eat in moderation. The moderation and all, what word you're using. So Lagvashi and Yatava Kaya Manasaha Dhyana Yoga Paraha. You're asking me to sit and meditate? Is that what you're telling me, Krishna? No, this is Nityam also. At least meditate, I can say, okay, I meditate like the last month I meditated. That I can say. But you said Nityam. Nityam means, okay, Nityam is interpreted. You have to interpret this. What is Nityam? Regular. Yeah, I regularly every year I meditate. I told you no. So that also is regular only. So no, Nityam, Vairagyam, yo, where am I? How am I going to do all these things? Ahankaram, Balam, Darpam, Vimuchya, Nirmamaha. So Arjuna's face must have been like this. And so he says, I've been doing Shravanam all these days. I've been listening to you, or all these hours, whatever. We're listening to you. That I can handle. That I can handle. Arjuna can handle. And because I don't have to talk, I only have to ask questions. Like all of us, in this class also. No need to talk. So, yeah, Shravanam is easy. Super easy. Shravanam is super easy. And online is a Guruji, online is a big boon. You don't know. And it's like just first video off. Video should be off because anonymous. I will be anonymous. But Krishna is teaching you're not anonymous. You are Purnam. At least for that sake, I should just come out and open and say, I'm Purnam. The smile must be there in the face. I'm Purnam. That's it over. No, there also video is off. WhatsApp is there, phone is there. Everybody's doing things, and morning time busy, night time busy, evening time busy. So at least online is a boon. Video off. I will cut my vegetables, and on the WhatsApp, so many videos are there to watch. I don't know how we can watch a video and listen to Bhagavad Gita. It's today's the modern. We're all advancing, time. So, but so that I can handle. That I can handle, and I can even say I'm taking 5 courses. I'm taking 2 Sanskrit classes. I'm taking Bhagavad Gita. I'm doing Kathopanishadam. Arey Bapre, not bad. I mean, those days people were fools. I think they could not do all these things. Today we are doing so much. So Shravanam I can handle. And thanks to Purnamada mantra, my God, I can even take a nap because this Purnamada has become such a thing. It enters into the minute it enters into my ear, Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, then something it does. Then like an alarm. It's an alarm. I can wake up. It wakes me up. Purnamada. Thanks to Guruji. Abba. So that nobody will know I slept. I just woke up. And refreshing also, they say. Refreshing. So this I can handle. Shavadam I can handle. And and so I think Krishna must have sensed that in Arjuna. And so this 56 onwards, he is going to come back to come back to Karma Yoga. And Swami says it's like the snake and ladder game. Paramapadam. It's called Paramapadam. You just go up all the way to this thing. Um, uh, you should say number 50. I'm just looking at the Gita shlokas. You go to 50 and then 51, 52, 53, then just Karma Yoga again. So come back down to some other lower number. Lower number is what? Karma Yoga was started in say Brahmana Kshatriya Visham is 41. So from 55 comes to 41. 41. So that's what he is doing now. So that snake. And so Krishna has no problem. He'll do that. He's ready to tell us again. So Kripalu. So now the Karma Yoga 56 onwards, now the emphasis. Previously, what was the emphasis? Swakarmana tamabhyacha. Brahmana Kshatriya Visham. Who are you? What is your role? That was the topic last time in the last Karma Yoga. Swadharma. Swakarmana means Swadharmena. Swakarma. Swadharma karmena. Whatever it defines you in that particular situation, time, and space. Means what? Suppose somebody takes you like this and drops you in a place, some new place. You don't know which country, nothing. Just drops you off in a place. And then you're asked to go, lead a life. Means what? What will you do? You don't know anybody, nothing, or anything. It is like it is like dropping off in an ashram. Some place, then ashram. Everybody is working, doing something. What will you do? What can I do? What can I do? Okay, this place is dirty. Let me clean it. So you start cleaning. And then slowly you merge into the whole system. And everybody does what they are doing. And then everybody is adjust to the system. That is called Swakarmana Tamabhyarchya. Swakarmana. That is the way it is really speaking. How can I contribute to the harmony of the system? Whatever contributes to the harmony is my swakarma. That is what it is really. Finally, family. Best example is family. Best example. Every family anywhere in the universe. Family best example. So people adjust. People adjust and they decide what's the best thing to do. So that was the emphasis in the previous section of Karma Yoga, which ended with 49, the shloka. Okay. And now the emphasis going to be, hey, this Swakarma is good, but there is something called Ishvara Buddhi has to be there. Ishwararpana Buddhi has to be there. Swakarma is okay, but with what attitude are you doing this Swakarma? That is very important. Babaji's famous statement, there is no secular karma yoga. No, we're all secular people, no. India is just secular thing. It comes everywhere and every TV show. They're only talking about secularism. Two people. Arnab Goswami will bring two people. I don't know why he has to bring Pakistanis. I'm still confused why he's interviewing Pakistanis. Is there a need to do that? Do we have to learn from Pakistan? Is that our status? We have become so low. But anyway, he brings two people like this, and they're constantly talking about Hindu. At least the word Hindu has come to the forefront. Now you can proudly talk about Hinduism. Abba. So I'm so happy in my lifetime I've seen it. And so anyway, so no secular karma yoga. Secular, not possible. Ishvara has to be brought in. And so, uh, therefore, that aspect is going to be emphasized in the next 56 onwards till a few more shlokas. Okay, 65 possibly. And so, bhakti, bhakti is going to come again here. But that that the bhakti means that Ishvara drishti must be there. And that's why the Indian culture, it doesn't matter which religion. In fact, every Indian is religious until his mind is ruined. And then he starts getting confused and he brings all these ideas of communism and secularism and all that. Until then, the person is fine. Somebody interviewed Swamiji, some Indian Express or somebody. And then they asked him, who is a Hindu or something? Some idea question. I'm not remembering the actual question. Who is a Hindu? Swamiji respond, everybody is a Hindu until he or she calls himself otherwise. That's it. Who is a Hindu? So I saw a WhatsApp message recently, 1 week ago or something. There are two kinds of people. There are Hindus and there are those who were Hindus. There are only two kinds of people. So this is a vision that's coming down for thousands of years. God knows. And so bhakti is not new to us, and Krishna has to talk about that. So that Ishta Devata Bhakti is there here. Sarva karmani api sada kurvanaha mad vyapashrayah. Mad vyapashrayah. This word vyapashrayah rings a bell. Rings a bell. Let me see if I noted this down or not. Um, anyway, it is there. It comes in the second or third chapter, I think. Third chapter, I think it comes. Vyapashraya. Yeah, if you can look up, let me know. Anyway, Vyapashraya. So, Madhu Vyapashraya. One who surrenders to me. Sharanagati. Sharanagati. Because, why Sharanagati? Because everything is in order. I see order, even though I don't like the order. The minute I bring my raga and dvesha, then I begin to see less and less of the order. But when I see order everywhere, every leaf that is shaking in every tree is all due to order only. And what's happening in my life also is in order. All the traffic, this chaos. In India, traffic means it's you have to be prepared. And people from America and all better take a taxi. Please don't say I'm very smart and I can ride and all this. You just give up all these ideas. Not needed unnecessarily because you have only 2 weeks, and within the 2 weeks you have to go to 500 places. So you just use the time properly. Don't say I'm going to drive and that to ride a motorcycle and all. Leave that for all the young kids here. They will do it. And so they have something called Rapido. If you really want motorcycle, they have a Rapido app. You download the app, and then the guy will come in a motorcycle. He'll pick you up. That you can do. So, but everything appears chaotic, but everything is in order. Really, it is all in order. You can change the order. You can work to change that order to make it more orderly. That's fantastic. But so here, uh, madhyapashraya. That's why our puja also. Anyway, the surrender to me. That's why puja is an essential part of our life. And just offering, offering, offering. That physicalization of the attitude is so important. It really very is important. Children love it, and everybody has to do it. Only then that physicalization strengthens that attitude, builds the attitude. Physicalization is so important. That's why giving a gift. So wishing somebody is good, and then sometimes giving a gift is even better because that physicalization, that emotion is physicalized, and they have something in hand. Greeting card, like that, something is hand. So suddenly that whole emotion becomes very real it is, and it creates memories, and so that is such an important thing. Only then Only then the surrender that Krishna is talking about, which does not really require giving anything physical, will have to come. Okay, so this is very important. Somebody said, gave an example in psychology. Somebody is not is this upset and depressed. So their head is drooped like this. Depressed people are like this. Means that that's how it is. Physical manifestation, like this, looking down. So they say how to lift up cheer up the person. Just lift the head up like this. Come on, look at me. And then that act is enough. And suddenly they're cheered up. At least momentarily they're cheered up. Why? What is the connection between head position and what is there inside? Yeah, there is a big connection there. So that's we have to keep that in mind. And so until we are able to, that attitude manifests in our life minute by minute. He's going to say here also, Sada, he's going to use the word Sada here. Everywhere he's using Satatam, Nityam. Nityam is not this occasional. Nityam means I can see. Exactly like the mother need not be told that you are the mother. Nityam Mata eva. So Matritva Bhavaha is always there. Like that, also here also, we have to invoke that. And so this is the first meaning. Mad Vyapashrayaha means whatever you do it as an offering and as a surrender to Ishvara. We will talk a little more about that shortly. And then that is Dvaita Bhavana. Dvaita Bhavana. Ishvara is there. I am offering to Ishvara because Ishvara is faultless. Everything is in order. Order is Ishvara. Order is not a product of Ishvara. Order is Ishvara for us. Therefore, I am contributing to that order. Next. Next is Advaita Bhavanaya. So same puja is that Soham Bhavena Pujayet. Deho Devalayah Proktaha Jivo Deva Sanatana. Look at this. Jivo Deva. Mahavakyam is right there. I start the puja with a Mahavakyam. Sanatanaha Tyajed Ajnana Nirmalyam Soham Bhavena Pujayet. Saha Aham Iti Bhavena. How many times we have said this? And so there itself it is there. So now I'm going to do a puja, but then I'm going to invoke this knowledge that Bhagavad Gita Krishna is talking about. That really speaking, Ganesha, you are not different from me. With that courage, I do the puja. With that vision. So that is the second meaning. Madhyapashraya. Surrender to me means where are you? Where are you? Tell me. You are everywhere, including me. And so therefore, with that surrender to me, that you understand as everything, as not different from myself, as Kshetrajnan chapi mam vidhi. Okay, that's beautiful. You see our sannyasis doing puja. Sannyasis, of course, they are Mahatmas. And so when they do puja, it's good for humanity. When a sannyasi does puja, then we also do puja. Then we get it in our head that yeah, it's important. I have to do my puja. I have to connect. I have to spend some time connecting to Ishvara. Okay? So mad vyapashrayaha. Then then this, by the way, this Bhagavan is in me. Every Hindu child will say this. Where is God means they will just point to their heart. These days, it's not like that. These days, half the class will point to upstairs, and only half is remaining where they say like this. And but then so here itself, it's going to come. Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. Somewhere it's going to come. Yeah, 61 shloka is going to Hriddeshe Tishtati, like that he's going to say. And in Kathopanishad also we've seen a mantra. Uh, yeah. Anyway, this Hridi like
Amulya.
that. Hridi. Uh-huh.
Amulya.
Angushtamatra Purushaha. Okay.
Hridistau.
Hridi.
Hridi sarve pramuchyante kama yasya hridishrita.
Okay. So I think all of you know it. So that is the second meaning. Second meaning is what? Advaita Bhavanaya. Previously Dvaita Bhavanaya, next Advaita Bhavanaya. Then there is a third meaning to this. Mad Vyapashraya. If you take Mad as Ishvara, this is the meanings we talked about. Paroksha Ishvara, Aparoksha Ishvara. And then third meaning is Mad means Shastra Vyapashraya. Surrender to the Shastram. Okay? Surrender to the Shastra. Okay? Suppose I ask you, what is this? Suppose I ask you, what is this? Then only one answer I'm going to get. Only one answer. From even though there are 31, 33 people here, only one answer will be there. Why? You all have free will, right? Free will is there, I think. And so different answers must be there. Different answers are not there. You know what happened? When I ask you, what is this? You have surrendered to your eyes. Your whole buddhi is completely behind the eyes. Completely means 100%, not even 99%, 100%. And then you look at this and say, yeah, that seems like a cordless phone. That's it, over. Finished. Why not say something else? It's white in color, some pen. Why should it not be a pen? You can't say. You have no choice at all. You know why? You have no choice at all. Buddhi has no choice there because Buddhi is completely behind the Pramanam. When Pramanam comes into play, the Buddhi has no role to play. This Buddhi, which has so much free will, which can say whatever it wants, which can do whatever it wants, that Buddhi is surrendered. Like this, when the lion comes and picks up the cub, this cub is running everywhere, and suddenly the mother picks up the neck, and then the cub is like this. Helpless, not even helpless, they're just not helpless because it's not biting the neck. No, that is meant for somebody else. But the cub, it is catching like this, and then it's like, I know I should not do anything. Don't mess around when the mother is holding you like this. Same thing, cats also. Cat also grabs like this. Some very unique behavior you see in animals. So at that time, complete surrender. Complete means complete. Same thing here also, my dear friends. Hey, this Bhagavad Gita is Pramanam. It is talking about myself. It's a mirror. It's a mirror of words. It's supposed to reflect me. When I look at Bhagavad Gita, I'm supposed to see myself there. And mirror means what? Pramanam. When we go to the restroom and you look at the mirror, somebody asks you, what are you looking at? I'm looking at the mirror. Do we say? No, nobody goes to look at the mirror. It acts, you have to look at the mirror, no doubt, initially. But later on, mind is gone, mirror is gone, everything is gone. And only that face that is there in the mirror. That is all that is visible to me. Mirror, poor mirror, forgotten. Hey, choda, bolo tera. Some thank you, at least you can tell me. No, nothing. Mirror is gone. Therefore, mad vyapashrayaha. Shastra vyapashrayaha. Okay. Okay, let me stop the recording here. Shastra Vyapashraya. Why? Because this is a very unique thing where the pramanas like eyes and all can finish whole universe. It can figure out sooner or later. Give it a little time. It can figure out the whole universe. And but the self is not figured out yet. Like our Narada, Mantravid Devasmi. I know this. I know that. I know this. But Atmavit Nasmi. Natu Atmavit. Therefore, you surrender. There is no choice but to surrender to this pramana, just like I surrendered to my other pramanas like eyes and ears. Okay. Mad Vyapashrayaha. How beautiful it is. And Swami gives an example. Doctor says, Mad Vyapashrayaha Bhava. Bhava. Mad Vyapashrayaha Bhava. Surrender to the doctor means what? Surrender to the doctor means what? Should I come along with you to your home? No, 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 no. You just stay where you are. You just go back home. Just follow my advice. Follow my advice. That's all. And so many medicines are there. Some have to be taken before food. Some have to be taken. Thyroid means early morning, empty stomach. They say, and nobody knows. We don't know anything about why sugar medication half an hour before. Some other sugar medication during lunch, during food. Just nobody knows. Thankfully, we don't know all these things. And madhyapashrayaha. Doctor can say, and I also will say, yes, I surrender to you. And so that is it's a good example, I thought. And so means what? Follow my advice here, of course. Don't say I don't know what you're talking about. Try to understand what I'm talking. Everything has to be understood. And then initially, how do I do this? How do I do this? Then sarva karmani api sada kurvanaha. Back to the same topic, he said, sada sarva karmani kurvanaha. Kurvanaha. Now I'll have to pick on some of you. What is this Kurvanaha? Hema, Vati, and some others they might be able to say. Any idea,
Shanach.
Hema? Huh?
Shanach. Shanach pratyaya.
Okay, Shanach. And anything else, Vidik? Shanach is Kurvan also is there. Why Kurvan then?
No, Kurvan is Shatru. Atmane pada, Shanach.
Okay, so Hema got it. So Kri Dhatu is Ubhayapadi. Ubhayapadi. Therefore, it can appear as this, Kurute and also Karoti. Both will be there. Both forms are there. So, in the Atmanepadi form, it is Kurvanaha, like Kurvan. Kurvan. So, doing. So, final meaning is what? Doing. A person while doing Sarva Karmani, always. Sarva Karmani means back to that shloka number. This one. Yatah pravrittit bhutana. Yena sarvam idam tatam swakarmana. Swakarmana. That is the meaning here. Sarva karmani. Sada. By doing one's own swakarma. Swadharma. Dharma is very easy to understand. Family, what am I supposed to do is very clear. Very clear. Every family member knows their duty. That is Swadharma. Then, as we stretch extended family also we have responsibilities. Because there are people who may not have brothers in families. They're only daughters there. Then what? When they grow up, they are living without brothers. So the male members in the family should help, should keep an eye on the families where there are no male members. Because there will be a sense, oh, I wish I had a brother. Then I go and say, yeah, I am your brother. Who said you didn't have a brother? Aha. So nice it is. So, like that, extended family goes. Responsibility those days, this is the norm. Joint family was the norm. What lecture are you talking about? We know all these things. We lived in this. I did not live in a joint family. I only visited joint families. My parents and my mother families. They were all joint families. And so, ex- family, extended family, then community, then society. Then society comes. Only when I get trained myself in the family, I can serve the society.
समाजः
Huh?
समाजति इति समाजः.
Oh, Samajati. Okay, I didn't hear that before. All right. So that's the vision. We get trained here in the family. Give and take, give and take. Yesterday I was talking to a parent whose son goes to a very famous college. I don't want to mention the name. Not college. College system is there. School system is also there. This boy is in sixth grade, and she came to see my mother. My mother is in the hospital, so they came to see her, and she, I, it's good school, and but the problem in that school is good, quote unquote. All of us think it's a good school, but what happened? Just now exams got over. Then there is some holidays, 4 days of this Navaratri holidays, something was there, post exams and all. Just 4 days. What the school has done, during the 4 days, they've given homework. Go and review all these 10 subjects, everything, some homework they have given. And the mother is complaining, hey, just now 10 days exams over, and now instead of giving a break for them, they have given us homework. I've told them, just relax, don't worry, don't review anything, just relax. That's what I've told. And then, like this, she is telling me a big list of things. And I made a note. I told her, I want you to talk to somebody that I know from that school system. And this is how it is. It's like a military regiment. PT period. Do you have PT or not? I asked the boy. Yes, yes, PT period is there. What do you do in the PT period? I study. 1 hour a week. Okay. Well, no big PT and all. 1 hour a week. Okay. These people, they live in a place where there are no children. Means it's a main road. The boy cannot play with anybody else. PT period is gone. What about cultural activities? You must have some drama, dance, everything once a week at least. No. The English teacher is taking off that class. Mathematics teacher is taking off that class. It's a horror story. This is just pure horror story. Really, I'm telling you. This is a top-notch school, okay? And why I said this? One more thing she said. Yeah, I got it why. The teacher said complaints are coming. This guy is sharing his food with others. That's a complaint. During lunchtime, this boy is sharing food with others. That is a complaint from the teacher. Thank you. Thank you. So sharing food with others. Can you see what the sharing is the only thing that is helping us in this whole universe. Nothing else is, everything else gives us some food periodically, but sharing is so important. This lady told me that. That's when I said, this is not correct. This is stretching it too much. And so, this is why I said this. Yesterday only it happened. So, anyway, joint family and all were there. So, they used to live for the family. They never had a sense of their own well being. They just kept on giving, kept on giving. So, here also, that attitude, for them, Bhagavad Gita and all is simple. They did not have time for all this because they were struggling for many things and then colonization, this, that. And I saw an interview of Ratan Tata just recently, and he says in a 2008 interview, he says he could see it in him. He is the ultimate leader, and he is a giving leader. He is compassionate leader. He is. And he talked about how he exited West Bengal, the Nano car, new brand, and how they had to exit and all that. And you could see that he wants to do for the country, really speaking. And he said, somebody asked him the question, hey, but if Tata had to exit West Bengal, what is the fate of all other companies? Then he said, no, that's not correct. Many companies would have found a way to work, but those ways would be counter to the value system of our culture. Without saying, he said that. He understood that. That means cash, I can't give cash and all that. Here, keep 1,000 crores. I can't do all that. And he walked away. What a man he is. And so you could see that is called giving. That attitude of giving is there. Sarva karmani api sada kurvan. Huh? And Vivekananda, the same thing. Vivekananda says, you want freedom? You give me your blood. You give me your blood, I'll give you freedom. Same thing which JFK later says. Ask not what the country can do for you. Ask what you can do for the country. John F. Kennedy. So, beautiful. So, Ishwararpana Buddhya, you supply Ishwararpana Buddhya Sarva Karmani Api Sada Kurvan. Doing karma in that manner. Look at the whole world as a joint family. How about that? How about that? If you have a doubt about how can I do with an Isharapura Buddhi, that is enough. If you lived in a joint family, look at the world as a joint family. If you need more proof, Shastram itself says, Vasudha eva kutumbakam. Vasudha means the whole world is one family. What more clue do you want? And so, Shashvatam Abhyayam Padam Apnoti. Then what happens if I do like this? Then Apnoti, that person gains, Apnoti, accomplishes, achieves, okay, achieves what? Padam, Padam Apnoti. The Padam, we know this Padam word, okay? Padam word means moksha, moksha Padam Apnoti, okay? Moksha Padam. So the Padam word in Kathopanishad also we saw. Vishnov Paramam Padam. Vijnanavan Sarathiryastu Manah Pragrahavan Naraha Sodvanah Paramapnoti Vishnov Paramam Padam. I think that's what it is. 1 3. 3, I think it is. First Adhyaya, third Vali. Okay. Vishnov Paramam Padam. So that's Halwa. That's a Halwa shloka for Vishishtadvaitis. See Vishnu. Did I tell you? Did I tell you Vishnu? Any doubt you have? Yama himself said Vishnu. Then what's your problem? अरे भाई क्यों ऐसा बात? Why are you dividing? Division is there everywhere. You need a lecture on division. Is that what it is? थोड़ा कुछ unity का बात करो ना. Vishnu, Shiva. So Padam, that is called Padam, Moksha Padam. Okay. Avyayam Padam. What kind of Padam it is? Anything that I achieve. We achieve a lot of things. Every day I have to achieve small things, and big thing also we achieve. A degree is a big thing. A child is a big thing. Child growing up is a big thing. The small things like lunch and dinner and all these things, we have to keep on achieving. But then anything that I achieve is subject to loss, is subject to degradation, is subject to decaying. That's why when you look up, then you say, oh my God, water is leaking on the floor. It's all wet out there, not floor, ceiling. And so, why? Because that is how it is. Anything that you get will have to undergo change. Okay. But here, changeless, Padam, Avyayam. Once I get it, nobody can snatch it away from me. Even God cannot snatch it away from me. And Shashvatam, therefore it is eternal. If at all there is any eternal, really speaking, we can't even explain the word eternal. It is just an English word. It's just an English word which is there. What is the meaning of eternal? Tell me. We know everything we know is temporary. Everything we know is temporary. Eternal is the opposite of temporary. And I don't know what eternal is. Tell me, what is eternal? We don't know. Shastram, the teaching, Bhagavad Gita and Upanishad, we are studying only to understand the meaning of the word eternal. And that meaning is you. That has to come. So, Shashvatam, eternal. And therefore, with that kind of doing karma with that kind of an attitude, which we call as karma yoga, what will happen? I get moksha. Then immediately you should say, oh, karma yoga in a moksha hava, karmana moksha hava iti. Oh, karmana moksha hava. These Advaita Vedantis keep saying jnanam. And you are suddenly saying karmana moksha hava. No, karma is very important because Arjuna seems confused. No, he's looking at it, staring at Krishna like this, what to do. So Krishna stepped down a little. Say, yeah, just go for it. For you, karma yoga is very important. You're a frustrated guy. You have to act it out. You have to act it out. Follow your heart. Act it out. Keep to the values. Go for it. Your duty for you are a kshatriya and you are not afraid of this war. Go for it. Go for it. Nothing will happen to you. And so that is the shloka here. And I was preparing for it in the hospital. So I was just, my notes are in sheets and things like that. So, yeah. Okay, let's translate this. The one who is always doing the one who is always doing all proper actions, all actions proper within brackets, all proper actions whose basis, and then within brackets, for all actions and results, whose basis, in brackets, for all actions and results, is myself, whose basis is myself, comma, gains the end, which is eternal and imperishable. It is eternal and imperishable because of my grace. Yeah, that word I forgot to explain. Because of my grace. Okay, because of my grace. Let me read this. The one who is always doing all proper actions, whose basis for all actions and results is myself, gains the end which is eternal and imperishable because of my grace. So, Mat Prasadat was the word that I did not explain. So, Mat Prasadat, due to my grace, as we saw in the translation, and Ishvara is the karma phaladata. So karmanyeva adhikaraste, which is I have adhikara in karma. Ma phaleshu. So ma phaleshu kadachana, then who gives phalam means mat prasadat eva. It has to be. So results are always there, ready to come. All you have to do is tap into it, tap, tap, tap. And then, so mat prasadat. Next shloka. चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि
चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि
मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः
मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः
बुद्धियोगमुपाश्रित्य
बुद्धियोगमुपाश्रित्य
मच्चित्तः सततं भव.
मच्चित्तः सततं भव. धन्यवाद.
When you read the shloka, suddenly it appears like another shloka. You can tell me what it is. Chetasa sarva karmani sanyasya mayi. All these words come.
मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि
Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigatajvaraha 3.30 30th shloka of the, which is a summary shloka of the karma yoga. Good shloka to memorize. So some people ask me what shlokas to memorize. This is how you note what shlokas to memorize. I mentioned numbers and all that, and so like that. When we say important shloka, that can be marked as something to memorize. But I'll send you a list also. I promised you that. Anyway, the continuation and elaboration of this 56th shloka. comes in 57. Buddhi yogam upashritya. Previously also he said that. He said mad vyapashraya, surrendering to me. Here, buddhi yogam upashritya. Here also there is a basis, a surrender is there. At buddhi yogam. Buddhi yogam takes me to another shloka. Yesha te vihita sankhye buddhir yoge trimam shrunu buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. And it should be in the second chapter, and it should be shloka number 39 is the shloka. He says, Yesha te abhita sankhya. Hey, this what I've told you so far, this is 39th shloka, right? 11th onwards, Vedanta is starting in full swing. And he says, until now, what I told you is called Sankhya. Jnanam. Buddhir yoge tvimam shrunu. Okay, now listen to something called Buddhi Yoga. Huh? He is now going to start Karma Yoga. Buddhi Yoga means Karma Yoga. Shankara is not saying it. Swamiji is not saying it. Krishna is saying it. Okay. Same thing here also. That word he is using. This gives us a clue that 18th chapter is indeed a summary of what we've studied. So Buddhi Yogam Upashritya. Karma Yoga. Because now he's talking about the topic of Karma Yoga. And so Buddhi Yogam Upashritya. And Ishwararpana Buddhim and Prasada Buddhim Upashritya. Okay, care of sloka number 239, which is what we called Karma Yoga. Later, the third chapter also. Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam, Karma Yogena Yoginam. So, Karma Yoga. And with that, Ishwararpana Buddhi. We have to really practice it. We have to really practice it. Simply saying Ishwararpana Buddhi is not enough. Again, back to that family example. In the family, the beauty is everybody is a collaborator. Everybody is a collaborator. Everybody is interested in the well-being of the whole. Not me. I is just kept. Periodically, I has to come up. People will say, you have to do this, you have to do that. And then that's a way to improve your career, etc. That's good. But it's for the greater good. Greater good. Greater good, greater good. You have to extend the greater good all the way. Just like country greater good we talked about. Vivekananda and JFK, like that, stretch it even more, stretch all the way. That stretched greater good collaboration is our Pancha Mahayajna. We know that Pancha Mahayajna. So our vision is all the way up to. There's not just human beings and plants and animals and all. No, that is just local Earth, and then beyond Earth also ecology and so forth, and so the whole cosmos. For a Hindu, cosmos is not a scary thing. Cosmos is an obvious thing for a Hindu. How can you not think about the cosmos? That's what that person will say. And so, collaboration versus competition. What is the opposite of collaboration? Competition. I compete against you. When I'm pushing myself into the system, I'm competing against so many people. Competition is a necessary part of survival. But competition cannot be the goal in life. Exactly opposite of what somebody said in America. So I don't know who said it. Lyndon Johnson or somebody. The business of America is business as something is said. That's not correct. That is opposite of Sanatana Dharma. That is America. Chodo, okay, that's your philosophy. Our philosophy is not like that. The business of life is not business. It's not business at all. It's collaboration. It's Panchamaha Yajna. There is today so many problems are there. People don't know how to solve all these problems. They say ozone. They don't know how to solve the problem. They say all this river, water wars. What are you going to do about the water wars? Nobody is talking about it. Yesterday, I was talking to the doctor, and we had a very beautiful chat. He's a young doctor. We call them duty doctors. Here we have something called duty doctor, and then master also is there. So one master will come once, just show his face and go off. But the duty doctor consults with the master. And so, due to nice guy, he studied in Russia. He got his degree MBBS here, then went to Russia and got other degrees, and he's working. Very knowledgeable, very knowledgeable. So he's talking. The next big thing that we are going to face is the antibiotic resistance. And so the maximum in India, there is an antibiotic called meropenem. Meropenem. Okay. And my mother was given that because they suspected multiple organ failure and all that. And so we talked about all this. And so, what are you going to do about it? All these problems are there. Collaboration. Panchamaha Yajna has to come. Has to come. We must create a devata for all these viruses and bacteria also. Anu, Paramanu. So we did a Vishanu. I think it was called Vishanu, I think. In Corona time, we said we want to destroy this Vishanu, right? That's how we prayed. But these fellows are smart. God has created them in such a way. And so, collaboration versus competition. Don't take competition to its limit. Competition will accrue a lot of benefits to the person. Material benefits it can accrue, but the fellow will be made into a wreck, emotional wreck, if you push competition to it. That's why the guy goes to office, has to come back home because he needs to see some compassionate faces. Children and wife and husband has to be there at home. Otherwise, he won't survive. It's not possible. So, that collaboration. Okay. So therefore, Ishwararpana Buddhi is not alien to us. It's collaboration. It's the I see Ishwara. The whole thing is order. Therefore, it is Ishwararpana Buddhi. My contribution. I am not an isolated individual. I am not some guy sitting somewhere. No. There is a reason why I was born. The world is incomplete without me. Without what I am supposed to do today, the world will not run. That is the way I should think. And therefore, it is my duty to contribute. Contribute. And so we have to take time out. That's why I said we must practice. What I meant is we have to consciously think along these lines. Really, we have to think along these lines. And Sahayajna Praja Srishtva Purovacha Prajapatihi Anena Prasavishyadvam Yeshavostvishta Kama Dhuk. Before that, Devan Bhavayata Nena Te Deva Bhavayantuvaha Parasparam Bhavayantah. The Devas depend on me, it seems. And I depend on Devas. What is this statement? Huge statement it is. That is why we have Deva Yajna now. There it is. That is the mantra. Devan Bhavayata Nena Parasparam Bhavayantah. Hey, mutually make it. Make it. You can't make it yourself in this universe. Okay. So beautiful it is. There's a lot to talk here. Even voting and all, Hindus are now learning that, my vote karke kya hoga? Tell me, what will happen if I vote? Will any change happen? From that idea, Hindus are realizing what a suicidal idea it is. Suicidal idea. You can't do that. Every vote is important. Hindu vote is sacred. Puja Swamiji said 2000. Hindu vote is sacred. Sacred means preserve it, use it properly. It is the most potent weapon you have. Don't surrender it. Don't squander it. Why? One vote, that's all. Yeah, one vote. That's it. One vote is what is going to make a difference. Going to make a difference. That means what? That means I am not a isolated entity. I am not a dispensable entity. No, you're not dispensable. You are indispensable. I have to better think it. I have to better assimilate this idea. This is a very serious idea. So, Therefore, do you vote for Dharma? I vote for Dharma. Do you vote for Dharma? Yes. I vote for anti-jihad. Do you vote for anti-jihad? Yes. Like this, we got to just keep our eyes focused. And so every individual uh, has a role to play in this. I vote for Bhuta Yajna. Do you vote for Bhuta Yajna? I vote for Manusha Yajna. Do you vote for Manusha Yajna? Yes, I do. We all do. So therefore, Ishvara, that is the only way I can see Ishvara everywhere. And so there is no chaos. In my eyes, it looks like chaos, but there's order in chaos. And Prasada Buddhi likewise. Ishwararpana Buddhi, Prasada Buddhi. Ishwararpana Buddhi, Karta. As a Karta, I must have Ishwararpana Buddhi. Now I have to experience the results also. I become a Bhokta. Prasada Buddhi I need. I have to invoke Prasada Buddhi. Somewhere we studied Prasada Buddhi is easier than Ishwararpana Buddhi. So therefore Krishna gives, okay, if you're not able to have this, enjoy this Ishwararpana Buddhi, at least enjoy Prasada Buddhi. Somewhere it comes. I think it comes in the sixth
12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga.
Huh?
Bhakti Yoga, I think, 12th chapter.
Not Bhakti, not that far away. I think it comes before.
Is it Prasade Sarva Dukkanam?
No, that is second chapter. There is an order. There is an order. If you can't do this, then do this. If you can't do this, then do this. Like that it comes. Anyway, we will discuss it. I will let you know. It's a very beautiful section. If you can't do that also, then you do this. Like that Krishna says. Okay. So we'll review it later. So Prasada Buddhi is easier. Because Prasada Buddhi experience and I'm sad. Therefore, that sadness, that is a point where sadness comes. When I do, there is not much sadness. But when I get, there can be sadness. So, we will continue this discussion. Buddhi Yogam Upashritya means what? Karma Yogam Upashritya. We'll continue this discussion. Om आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् ॐ काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः. So, by the way, my mother is doing better. So, I uttered some words. So, she's definitely improving. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ. And also wish her speedy recovery.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.